Nikola Tesla was a Serbian-American inventor, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, and futurist. Tesla was from a family of Serbian origin. His father was an Orthodox priest. His mother was unschooled but highly intelligent. As he matured, he displayed remarkable imagination and creativity, as well as a poetic touch. Training for an engineering career, he attended the Technical University at Graz, Austria, and the University of Prague. Tesla developed the alternating current power system that provides electricity for homes and buildings. He also pioneered the field of radio communication and was granted more than 100 US patents. But there are some fascinating facts about Nikola Tesla, which many of you might not be aware of. Today, I will share some fascinating facts about Nikola Tesla in this video. So let's get started. The information below comes from interviews with W. Bernard Carlson, author of Tesla, inventor of the electrical age, and Mark Cypher, author of Wizard, Life and Times of Nikola Tesla. Number 1. He was born during a lightning storm. Nikola Tesla was born around midnight, between July 9 and July 10, 1856, during a fierce lightning storm. According to family legend, midway through the birth, the midwife wrung her hands and declared the lightning a bad omen. "This child will be a child of darkness," she said, to which his mother replied, "No, he will be a child of light." Number 2. He was really funny. Most people don't know that Tesla had a terrific sense of humor, Cypher said. For example, after dining with writer and poet Rudyard Kipling, he wrote this in a correspondence to a close friend. "My dear Mrs. Johnson, what is the matter with ink spiller Kipling? He actually dared to invite me to dine in an obscure hotel where I would be sure to get hair and cockroaches in the soup." Number 3. He and Edison were rivals, but not sworn enemies. Many have characterized Tesla and inventor Thomas Edison as enemies, but Carlson says this relationship has been misrepresented. Early in his career, Tesla worked for Edison, designing direct current generators, but famously quit to pursue his own project, the alternating current induction motor. Sure, they were on different sides of the so-called current wars, with Edison pushing for direct current and Tesla for alternating current. But Carlson considers them the Steve Jobs and Bill Gates of their time, one the brilliant marketer and businessman and the other a visionary and tech guy. On a rare occasion, Edison attended a conference where Tesla was speaking. Edison, hard of hearing and not wanting to be spotted, slipped into the back of the auditorium to listen to the lecture. But Tesla spotted Edison in the crowd, called attention to him and led the audience in giving him a standing ovation. Cypher qualifies it more, saying the two had a love/hate relationship. At first Edison dismissed Tesla, but came to eventually respect him, he said. Number 4. He developed the idea for smartphone technology in 1901. Tesla may have had a brilliant mind, but he was not as good at reducing his ideas to practice, Carlson said. In the race to develop transatlantic radio, Tesla described to his funder and business partner, J.P. Morgan, a new means of instant communication that involved gathering stock quotes and telegram messages, funneling them to his laboratory, where he would encode them and assign them each a new frequency. That frequency would be broadcast to a device that would fit in your hand, he explained. In other words, Tesla had envisioned the smartphone and wireless internet, Carlson said, adding that of all of his ideas, that was the one that stopped him in his tracks. He was the first to be thinking about the information revolution in the sense of delivering information for each individual user. Carlson said he also conceived of, but never developed technology for radar, X-rays, a particle beam death ray, and radio astronomy. Number 5. He shook the poop out of Mark Twain. One famous legend surrounding the eccentric Tesla was that he had an earthquake machine in his Manhattan laboratory that shook his building and nearly brought down the neighborhood during experiments. Tesla's device wasn't actually an earthquake machine, Carlson said, but a high-frequency oscillator. A piston set underneath a platform in the laboratory shook violently as it moved. Another experiment in more efficient electricity. It didn't bring the block to ruins, Carlson said, but it did shake the poop out of Mark Twain. Twain was known for having digestive problems, so Tesla, who knew Twain through their gentlemen's club, invited him over. He instructed Twain to stand on a platform while he flipped on the oscillator. After about 90 seconds, Twain jumped off the platform and ran for the facilities. Number 6. He had a photographic memory and a fear of germs. Tesla had what's known as a photographic memory. He was known to memorize books and images and stockpile visions for inventions in his head. He also had a powerful imagination and the ability to visualize in 3 dimensions, which he used to control the terrifying vivid nightmares he suffered from as a child. It's in part what makes him such a mystical and eccentric character in popular culture, Carlson said. He was also known for having excessive hygiene habits, born out of a near-fatal bout of cholera as a teenager. So, these were some interesting facts about one of the greatest scientists, Nikola Tesla. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. See you next time.